All right, all right. Happy Leap Day. Leap Day, that extra day every 4 years, they squeeze an extra day in on us. So
Everybody off the
welcome, welcome.
cliff. Everybody jump, leap. Go against your programming. Jump into no taxes, right? Jump off the cliff. Ah, wait, something might happen. Ah.
It's the last day to take the leap on the discounted prices. That's what it is. So we're here to talk about that and everything else, and your trip finishing up. You're coming back, and you're going to be hitting the ground running. I'm excited.
I am too. Thanks for having me, Tim. It's great to have you hosting this. It's really been an interesting adventure over here. And boy, uh, yeah, there's some things to talk about tonight. I had a super great question in the classroom, which is our online private forum. I'm the only moderator in there. So if people have a question, they just go in there and type and I answer it. So it's a lot of people that jumped in here before the price change. So we got a bunch of new students, which is fabulous. And I've decided to make a change in my planning. So I want to go over that first. We're going to have 2 new courses that go up, but not 6 new courses because my more, let's say, controversial work that has been working very well for people, like I'm not doing four courses that I plan to do because, and I'll go through as to why. Like the foreclosure success one, where I've done, beaten foreclosure, seizure for everyone. It's just people don't listen to me enough, and that creates problems for Liberty Aid Academy. I already have some problems I have to deal with, and I'm going to get into that. And then the debt stuff that I've been doing for more than a decade, and clearing credit and so on, that's not going to be available either. And how I'm going to help out with child support problems. I'm not going to put that up, and I'm not going to put up how to not be detained, or jailed, just because those are definitely controversial topics. And
Yeah.
yeah, and so I get back in like 10 days from now, back to USA, and I need to start law school, and I'm going to get into that. So two courses that I am going to put up are how to dissolve a trust and how to go to law school
Hmm.
for like, $4,000 a year, which I figured out how to do, and all the details of that and why that works for people. I may put up those 4 courses I just said I'm not going to put up if I can find a way to put it up and sort of not support it. You know what I mean? Like, here's the information for people in a, because those people are under difficulties, and the methods I have work for those people. But, I got to focus on law school and doing that. So I can't really put the energy into that for people that I put into it for years because I got other problems to deal with. So I'm going to consider how to do that over the coming months if I'm going to do that and so on. So that's an update with what's coming up. And it's in a few short hours. Well, whenever my tech person gets on there, may not be like midnight, click. You know what I mean? Like, there may be some hours after that into the next day on March 1st where you could
Yeah.
still get this stuff for like, the McCagg Mastery Trust Bundle for 1425. Hey Jay. But and then also the trust is, moving from 997 to 1997. So, kind of like prices are moving up for all the courses. And that's really because this stuff has worked.
Yeah.
Uh,
I believe that's Jay, but he's asking, will those courses still be in the Jesus Christ Trust?
no, I'm
The
taking all that down. All
Take
that
them
down.
out.
Only the inner circle is going to be over there. It's just too much work to support this information. So you have a couple of hours where you could get this information over there on
Okay.
JCT. So if people want to do it, if it's still up,
Is the child support one in there, or you haven't finished writing that and you're not going to publish it?
I finished it, but I'm not going to publish it. I may publish it in the future.
Okay. Leonard's saying he's got questions regarding signatures on the last page of the trust. So maybe we can get to these after you're done going over
No,
your.
no, 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 no. Hey, jump in. I'm here to help people with your questions. I kind of prefer just anyone that asks a question, please ask it in the online private forum, the classroom, because that way you could refer to it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I could
Yeah.
type it in there. You can make sure you understand 100%, because I can't really type it here and then follow up, and you might have follow up question and all that. Anyway, it's really simple how you sign the word BY and then
Mhm.
colon and then write your normal signature. That's the way all lawyers sign everything, because they're signing as the agent for the entity. In other words, you're not the trust, right? You're the trustee. You sign that way. You're not the person. That's why you sign the exact same way on everything. Okay.
Right. So he's saying on the signature page, do we consider the guarantor as a title and therefore signed by the colon signature and then put guarantor? But
Grantor.
you're
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that because it already says grantor. You know what I'm saying? So it's under it in the where you sign. It says under it. It's typed out. It says grantor. You know what I mean? So
right.
you don't have to do that there. It's okay. It still works fine. That's a great question. You could. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you have to. You can do that, but you don't have to, because that title is under there, under your signature, and how you sign in the BY colon handles that. You see to say, oh, I'm signing as the agent for this. What's the agency? It says right there, grantor. You see what I
Right.
say? It says good question, but you don't have to do it for that reason. Good question. Thank you for that, Leonard.
Valeria, I was looking forward to the do not detain course, John. I hope you can reconsider and have some time to provide that service.
Yeah, and let's use that as a segue into what I really, prices are going up. I've been talking about that for a while, and so now everybody's informed. But I want to go into this great question I had. It's really a deep question. They come up in the classroom. I recommend everybody look at it, because it's really it goes to some IRS code. It's a really long question, so you should look it up. But here's the basics of it. It says under charitable organizations and religious organizations, if you're doing other kinds of work than that work, then your income can be taxable. And it was like,
Mhm.
doesn't other activities under this trust fall under that? And might you have to report and pay taxes? It was a great question. And this is going to, I think, really have some people understand why I have to get a law degree, and, uh, what power this particular trust has. I hope, and feel free to ask questions on this anyway. Okay, when I did this trust for the first time, okay, there were other organizations providing trusts under 508c1A out there. In other words, you could start a church and be tax exempt and reporting exempt. They're all like, I have a church, you could get a church, right? Uh, and so that's been available out there
Mhm. Mhm.
from other people. But I'll tell you what has never been available from anyone is first of all, this is a copyrighted trust with copyright.gov. I have copyrighted this. So, no one else should be using this trust. And many people, hundreds of people out there have stolen this trust and are using it as their own, and they can't. And I'm going to go into why. And it also answers this question this individual had about, taxable income and so on. I am the first person to use in the clause 508c1A convention. There's a
Mhm.
loophole for convention. No one has ever used that loophole before. I'm the first. Okay. What does a convention mean? A convention is a pact or a compact. In other words, everyone knows, hey, you could side your soul to the devil and you could get something for it. That's why the first time I did this trust on 3/14/2016 in Tucson, Arizona, in Chase Bank at 4:45 p.m., the devil come in and sat next to me and offered me $485 million as a first cash payment not to open this trust, and also offered me carving up all the land of the earth and give me a percentage of it for all the earth, because the devil is the ruler of this world. Because the devil understood, I found the only loophole that can beat the devil, and that is under the convention, right? It's a convention is a pact or a compact. I put in this trust a clause that you take Jesus Christ as your sole authority. So there's a Christian loophole, not to be a church, right? It's not to be a church, because the other clause, the other part of the clause of 508c1a, if you're a religious organization, if you're a church, integrated auxiliary, those things work for tax exemption. Like I said, other people have found out about that exemption. Hey, you can start a church and so on. But this isn't about a church. This trust, you can use it for a church. Yes, you can, for this same trust, okay? But you don't have to. And then you don't have to pay on your income, and you don't report on your income. Okay, so other people have stolen this copyrighted trust, but here's the thing. This is a Christian loophole. It follows the common law. Common law has...
so it's better than a faith-based organization.
Yeah, because you can perform any action financially as an individual that has signed your soul over to Jesus Christ, because it goes under the convention. So it doesn't, that loophole, that rhetoric by the IRS that says, oh, if you're doing other actions, that you have income. First of all, income is a taxable revenue. It's terminology by the IRS. This trust, if under the convention, gets revenue. You know what I'm saying? Money comes in. Okay, but it's not taxable. It's not reportable, because you take as Jesus Christ your sole authority. In other words, just like you can sell your soul to the devil, you can sign your soul to Jesus Christ. But all the people that has stolen my copyrighted work, oh, I'm giving away for free. Oh, I'm charging people. However you done it, this is copyrighted. And so you negated the common law. What is the common law? Jesus Christ had 2 commandments, not 10, 2. Love God, number 1, right? Above all. And number 2, love your brothers and sisters. So on number 2, you stole my copyrighted trust. That negates the second commandment. You stole it. You're stealing, right? You stole my work. So that negates your love of me, your brother. You know what I'm saying? Who went to the death against the devil, have found out this loophole. You know, this is affordable. It's affordable today. The prices are going up. It's still going to be affordable. You can still get it under payments. You know, it's not like I'm making this unaffordable and unavailable to people. I have a whole organization that backs it up, answers all your questions. I do it. I have professionals working here. I kept as low as possible, the price to be in this organization. But I mean, the miracles that are produced off of this trust are really unbelievable, right? The financial payback in 1 year is far surpasses the very small sum that you pay to be in this in these courses, to be in this school. You get paid back in the first year, on ABT, on taxes, on just so many ways, free phone, all the other things that go with this. It pays for itself very quickly. So what happens is, if you get this trust, Valeria, and many others, if you got this trust somewhere else, the IRS could come after you. It doesn't matter if it says that I take Jesus Christ as my sole authority. You didn't get it from me. I'm the only one that has the authority to give this out. I'm the one with the copyright. I'm the one that the devil's concerned about. Devil didn't meet with anyone stealing my copyrighted work, because they stole from me. So I have to go to law school, get a law degree, go into court, fight against these people, and give the court system the ammunition, right? Because I'm the only one with the copyright, and let them know, hey, you could go after anyone that got this trust, even if it's word for word what I wrote. If it didn't come from me, it come from somebody else, means you could go after them, the school, and everyone that got the trust, because all that income is taxable. It is reportable. You could go after all of them. You see, because you stole it from me. Mm-hmm. You broke the commandments of Jesus Christ. You broke the convention, and so it's not legal. It's not valid. It doesn't fall under the Christian loophole. It's not a convention. You broke it. You see what I'm saying? Only I can give this out, no one else. It's really
Yeah.
important for people to understand that this loophole can only come through myself and no one else alive. I copyrighted it. I did it first. No one can come under the convention. No one. Only myself. You see what I'm saying? It's so simple. That's why the devil didn't show up for nobody else and offer anyone else any money for their work, because that's the ruler of this world, totally understands what's happening with this. And so I intend to take this to court against many other people and give the IRS the ammunition to come after everyone else that's using a similar trust or the exact same word for word trust. Yeah, I'm going to help them. I'm going to help the government come against all these people.
Hmm.
So that's why I have to spend so much work on this, because other people are having their financial lives and their spiritual life destroyed by so many other people by not coming through me. Oh no, it's word for word. I get it. When you stole it, I don't care if you're giving away for free or if you're charging people. It didn't come through the authority that created this, myself, and it's copyrighted. Sorry, you didn't do the work. You see, you stole from me. You're breaking the second commandment. You don't appreciate the work I done to get here. I do this. You think, oh, the devil's fake or whatever. No, sorry. No, everyone go watch your YouTube videos. So all the famous people that are like, yeah, I sold my soul to the devil. That's totally real. If you haven't been with the devil, sorry, you haven't done much out there. You haven't done much to wreck the devil's kingdom. I have. You see what I'm saying? I'm an accountant with, masters in accounting, MBA, 30 years plus of experience. I'm the one that found the in God we trust. I'm the one that found because every currency is tied to the dollar. So the in God we trust has every soul under the devil. I created the only loophole. I'm the only one that made a window out of here. No one else, and no one else is ever going to have the authority to do it for anyone else. It's never going to happen. It's only going to happen through my copyright. That's it. People really need to understand this
Yeah.
is a single loophole only available through myself, and it's never going to be available for anyone else because I copyrighted it. People really have to let that sink in. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm getting a law degree. I'm going to bring this to the courts, and I'm going to tell everybody in the court system, give them the ammunition to destroy everyone else's life that ever got it for free or for discount through someone else. Because it's not fair to the work I had to do. It's not fair to the people that work at this organization.
Right.
And it's not fair, period, under God's laws of fairness of the common law. You signed under the common law. You signed with Jesus Christ. And now you're saying, no, 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 no. I'm just going to act outside of that. It doesn't work that way. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Someone had to find this loophole. I'm the one that done it, and that's it. So I'm the one with the authority to do this. That's all. There's never going to be, oh, I did it too. No, no, it's not going to happen because other people don't have the experience too. They don't have the they're not an accountant. They don't have any other information. They don't even have anyone else doing this. Don't even have a college degree. They're not helping people. Well, they ask a question about a signature. What do they know? They don't know anything. They haven't done anything. They don't have the experience. They're just answering all the questions wrong. These are people that used to come to my school that I taught that stole my work. They're
Right.
a bunch of nincompoops and idiots. Trust me, I tried to teach them, and they just couldn't learn. These people doing this, I'm like, and I like fired some of these people, and they just like, oh, let me steal your email list, let me steal all this stuff, and start on these other organizations. Oh, I'll just use it word for word; it'll be fine. No, don't work that way. And so now I'm going to have to save people by going to law school, going to court, and doing that with the rest of my life. But I'm going to do it to help people because this truly does help people. It truly does make it so you don't have to report to the IRS, don't have to pay to the IRS. This does work. No one has had a single issue from 2016. Nothing, no problems, not a ripple, nothing.
So James Way says, I bought a trust a few years back. I bought the trust, obviously yours. Explain how do I upgrade to the bundle in dollars when you add the testimonials and other way that I can save on the new price?
What a great question. Thank you for that. All you do is email us, contact@liberty8academy.org. Tammy will help you through the process. That's it. Because what we have is like a template of how do I make a testimonial? We just shoot you that email and you just follow it. It's really simple. We don't expect something, long and detailed. If you do something long and detailed and talk about your years of, what happened to you, we appreciate it. Reason being, uh, what really ultimately gets people to sort of come over their programming and do this is the testimonials that we have. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, you could upgrade for one price, but it's a discounted price if you do a testimonial. So that's why I set it up this change. Because also, people, oh, hey, I only had the trust available years ago. You know what I mean? I didn't have all these courses and stuff. And so now people have to get them individually, and it's kind of pricey to do that. So that's why I made this kind of, on this March 1st thing, let's make it so no matter how many years ago you got this thing, I want anyone to get in for a much reduced price. Let me get into all your courses, how to do everything. I want everybody from all the years I've been doing it to get in at a more reasonable price, and an even more reasonable price if you do a testimonial. So just email us. Tammy's got the numbers together. We'll help you through that process, every detail, walk you right through it. And that's why we have to sort of, the people working here have been doing it for quite a few years. I mean, Tammy, operates a trust, has her home, that she lives in, has no property tax for it. Like, she's done all this stuff. It's not just she knows what to say in emails. She's done it all, and so she really knows it. I really know it. The people helping you, you're going to get real help through every step of the process. I'm the only moderator in our online private forum. You have a question, you put it in there, you're going to get me answering it, and it's going to be right. So us keeping this organization together, professional, for so long, and we're getting more students. Like, I have to pay my team to be there to support you. So that's, the cost of everything is going up in the U.S., not just for me, for them, for this team, for this school, for everything we do, our advertising, everything. So that's kind of, I kept it as low as possible for so many years. But now it's just coming up a little bit, honestly. But over the next few years, it's going to keep coming up a little. So that's what's going on with it. And good question. Thank you for that.
Excellent. Let's see. I think there's one more here. Eric's back. If I was doing online sales with eBay, Amazon, or conducting any business or stock market trading and Bitcoin, sky's the limit, with how much I can earn, and my earnings will be exempt from taxes? Question mark.
100%. Doesn't matter. And Eric, if you'd written anything else in that list that you could thought of, basically any financial transaction of any kind. Oh, it's a business one. Oh, it's a personal one. What, oh, the capital gains, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. In other words, only this trust is always going to be exempt from reporting, meaning you don't have to fill in any forms of any kind forever to the IRS, and you never pay a penny to the IRS forever. It doesn't matter what you do. Yes, Eric, and any other thing that anyone could think to add to that list, you never report, you never pay to the IRS. Yes, the answer is yes, that's true.
Can I tack on to that question? If he's doing online stuff and everything like that, and you have a Stripe account, Stripe asks you, what's your product? How are you, collecting money? What's your answer to Stripe?
It doesn't really matter how you answer Stripe or PayPal or banks or anything like that, because it doesn't matter how they categorize you. It never is going to matter. Why? Because the IRS gives this designation of not reporting and not paying taxes. Okay, that's who gives it. Not Stripe, not banks. However you answer questions and open an account with whomever, it doesn't matter. The IRS is the one that gives this designation. No one else.
Right, but Stripe has to approve the product. There's limited, like you couldn't do sports betting through Stripe because that's a designated illegal activity through them, right? They
Yeah,
don't
you can't do
publish.
anything illegal with this trust.
Well,
But what I'm saying is, as long as you can open an account
right.
with whomever, that's the only thing that matters.
Well, that's what that's the roadblock I'm facing at the moment, is that I'm doing education for other realtors, marketing, so it's a EDU type situation, educational type product, how to use chat GPT and educate people, um and I'm trying to get approved by Stripe, and they came back and said, we need more classification, or it's actually not on my .org website for my trust. It's through a different site that I run. So I have to give them that site and then say, I'm teaching a class.
Yeah. So it comes down to tell them whatever you need to say to get over the hurdle of opening an account, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So, but that's just about taxes and reporting. So it's not like, hey, Stripe, PayPal, Square, blah, blah, will automatically open an account. No, you have to tell them whatever you have to tell them to get it open. But whatever you tell them, it doesn't negate your tax status because the IRS gives it.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. But yes, you have to tell them what they need to hear to open an account somehow.
Yeah. Well, they're middleman, stopping the money coming from our donors into my trust. So I need them. They're the vehicle.
100%.
Yeah. Charles says he started buying when the courses had original names. The original names. I don't know what the
Fantastic.
original ones are, but that's cool. So this was another one. Is that Letitia? Letitia? What types of law will you be studying at law school?
Well, you get a law license, you can practice any kind of law, period.
Right.
But they have like, this is a 4-year program, so they kind of like have your first, like, say 3 years kind of figure it out, and everyone studies the same basically at every law school. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
so, but then you could get into like electives and so on. Obviously, I'm gonna be studying copyright stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm gonna be studying trust stuff. Obviously, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but that's, I'm gonna focus on the types of law that help the work that I'm doing. It's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, now let me get into maritime law. So I don't have any interest in
Yeah.
other things like that. I'm gonna just simply get better at what I do. That's it. And I think, from a marketing standpoint, it'll help others say, oh, he's a lawyer. Yeah, he's an attorney. He's got a law degree, all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. It would just help people get over their programmed hurdles that they put inside of us. So I'm also doing it, to follow the common law. Like, you love your brothers and sisters. I realize they have mental programming. If I'm a lawyer, more people will want to jump in. You see what I'm saying? So
Sure.
I take that vow extremely seriously. And so I'm kind of doing it for that. I mean, at 63, going back to law school, like, it's not like, oh, that's going to be a joy. You know what I mean? It's going to be
Yeah.
work. And I have to really, handle my time right so that I could do this work and do that work too,
Yeah. Yeah. So Mrs. C. Lee's back. Could you please clarify for me? I have a side business and would create a Christian name trust for it. To do it, it's business, and my spouse and I both get Social Security funds deposited into 2 different accounts. Follow-up part: would it be best to set up my name trust and his name trust, and then our business trust?
There's no such thing as a business trust. Okay. You
Right.
don't have no personal business anymore, as I was just explaining at the beginning of this video. You can have a church name trust. You can start a church under this too. You don't necessarily have to for any reason for, handling transactions or anything like that. I recommend those people trying to get property tax exemption. Okay. You should start a like church and church name trusts. There's a course on property tax exemption. Get in the course. It explains every detail of what I'm saying right now. Okay. But I recommend you do that because the name of the trust is really for what you're trying to do with it. You know what I mean? And so if you're applying at the county level for property tax exemption, they give it regularly to churches. Just give it a church name account and it will just remove hurdles as to why they should give you property tax exemption for your parsonage. You know what I'm saying? It's not a church, it's a parsonage. But just understand they're used to doing it for churches, so it would just make it easier for that process. But as far as, handling any kind of website business or whatever you have in mind, like, kind of a business thought, it doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter at all. You could use your first last name trust, sure, whatever. It's not like your URL has to match that. You know what I mean? What's your first and last name trust is super easy to open in a bank account at a bank, right? Or Stripe or whatever, because you have ID, right?
Right.
It says first and last name on it. They're like, oh, who's opening it? First and last name, And so banks and whatever, they hear from trusts that are like first and last name trusts. Oh,
Right.
you're going in there if they have a question, which they really don't because it matches your name. You see, they don't have questions. But if they do, they go, oh, why are you open this trust? You're like, for my heirs. Like that's it. That's like, oh, okay.
Right.
Here you go. Here's your debit card. Welcome to our bank. It's so easy, you see. So you don't have to do what you're talking about here, Mrs. Seeley, but you can with no problems whatsoever. You can have different organizations like you're talking about. And I kind of recommend, let's get into this for a second. Let's say you're a couple, and this was his question, me and my husband or whatever, right? I recommend everyone start with their first and last name trust. So your husband has one first and last name trust. You have one first and last name trust. You each have money independently. But then let's say you have a church name trust where you're handling operations that you're handling as a couple, is so on, property you own together, operations you do together, and so on. That can work together for both of you. And let's say, oh, here we made money doing quote business or whatever under this church sound and trust or something like that. Say you do a monthly profit and loss statement and you pay out to each individual's trust, oh, here's what we're splitting at 50-50 or something. Oh, okay. So that, what's left over from after revenue expenses wouldn't be profit because that's taxable, right? Anyway, goes to, you could send it to either trust if you want to. I'm just using a method you could use. You don't have to necessarily send it out to them other trust. I'm just saying you can do that and have separate money and stuff like that. You can do that. You could just have one trust, and each use that or whatever. It's up to you. These trusts are extremely flexible. There's no limits in there of what you could do, what I'm describing. I'm just giving an example of what you could do. But it's not like you have to do this or that, what I just said. As long as the money goes into this trust, that's all that matters. You could pay it going out as an expense, debit card, whatever. You could use it for anything. You could use it for that trust, another trust, a person bill, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have any limits or like that. It's extremely flexible. So that was simply an example. Don't be like, oh, we have to do this. No, you don't have to do anything. What I just said is just you could do it like that. I've done it like that, with my wife doing different things. So I'm just saying that's one thing you can do. You could also, hey, let's do this trust, or we'll just, money comes and goes, whatever you want to do. You don't have to do a profit and loss. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You can to manage your money. It's up to you. Extremely flexible, no rules about any of that stuff. Good question, though. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Very good. Well, if anybody else has a question, please shoot it into the comments. If anybody wants to join in and ask their question live or give a testimonial or, tell their own story, I will put that link right inside the comments right now so they can jump in. Feel free. Here's the link. As you can see it there in the chat, all you have to do is click that and we'll invite you in, and you can check it out, StreamYard, and that code right there will get you right in there in the room with us right here. So Um, that's it. We're counting down. Not too many hours left between now and then when Tammy and the team takes care of business.
That's right. And it really, we've gotten a few new people, and it's really good.
Mhm.
As we go forward, I'll be adding some other courses as we go through this over time, of course. And we'll always have, kind of a way if someone wants to upgrade. Oh, hey, can I get into this course and this thing as new things happen? Doing a testimonial will always get you a discount. We also have always we have. EBT discount. Like if you email us saying contact@liberty8academy.org. Hey, can I get the discount for EBT? Hey, can I get the discount as a veteran? We have those too all the time. So yeah, there. Thank you, Jim. I
Yep.
appreciate that. So you could always email us. Tammy is the front line there, and if anything. Is a question that I need to answer. And Tammy's like, well, somebody had this, thing, but she answers most of them. And she recommends really to get me in the classroom because, you can have a comeback to it. And you can also, if you're in the classroom, some people just don't know to get in there. And if you get in there, there's just this unbelievable wealth of information. Probably your question has already been answered by somebody else asking a similar question to you. So you can
Yep.
just probably just go and read it. We have in the classroom and it's all divided up by topic, like opening a trust, and all the different topics. So you can just go in there and check out, oh, what is someone else asked, on the topic that's on my mind. Just go in there and read about it. And maybe your question gets answered just by reading it in there. But if you have one, ask it, no problem, because it always helps people. What's on your mind is probably on somebody else's mind. So I really appreciate any question I ever get in there. And I'm quick, I'm not like
Yeah.
yeah, within 24 hours, but I'm watching that thing like a horror. Oh, I got a message, and I really want to answer it, especially like this one that I got, you know, in the last few hours. It was really a very deep, excellent question. It really, let me know like how I'm going to handle this going to law school and handling other people, and why you could really only get this loophole through myself here at the school. The trusted, I had it up, this trust on JesusChristTrust.net, the church website that I run and so on. I took it down. I just want everyone to know you could get this through Liberty Aid Academy and nowhere else. That's it.
Yeah. Lewis, Jack, when exactly are the prices going up?
Well, I mean, I don't know
Some point
exactly.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's whatever. Like here is 6 a.m. right now in
Right.
India, but it's like it's my tech individual Amy. She's shooting for midnight or whatever, but I don't know her exact schedule when she's
Right.
going to do it. It's scheduled for the March 1st is when the new prices start. She's pretty on it. It's going to happen March 1st for sure. I
Yeah.
just don't know the exact time of day where she's going to change the prices, but it's going to happen March 1st. So that's you got a few hours is all you
Well,
have. You
is
don't have
she
to.
is she in Florida, the East Coast?
She's the East Coast, and then she's going to be in Norway and she leaves the second, so she
uh,
has to do this
she's gonna
before.
get this work done before she leaves.
Hundred
And
percent. That's what I'm
but
saying.
we've been talking about it on this show for the last 2 weeks. So,
Yeah, yeah,
if this is the first you're hearing of it, hurry up. And if this is not the first time, your time is running out.
yeah. You have
And
hours. It's not
tomorrow
even
morning,
days.
it's gonna be over. So,
Amy's going to be
um,
so happy to be like, click, 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 done, and pack her
right,
bags
right,
and go on her trip with her man to take a couple week break. You know what I mean? Because she's
right.
been doing so much to prepare for this and everything. So you could bet she's really detail oriented and stuff is why she works here. She's just going to be, it's going to be pretty close to the time, like midnight, like click, yay.
Uh, could you put both spouses' social securities in either trust and only have one trust?
Man, I forgot to answer that Social Security question, Leonard. I apologize for that. I was answering that other question you had. Thank you for re-asking this. It slipped my mind. I apologize for that. You can put Social Security funds into any trust you choose to. So, whatever is more convenient for you. You can only have one trust, 100%. That's what I'll say. You can have, individual trusts for either person, or you can have one trust for both of you. Either way, it's totally flexible like that. I'm just saying, uh, as far as opening a trust at a bank, it's just super easy because you have ID, first and last name trust. You know what I'm saying? But you open a church sounding one, and I recommend you have Christ or Christian in the name, and then it be 3 words maximum, blah blah trust, because it's going to fit on every application, and so it's going to be very simple for people to understand. Sorry about that, Leonard. I
Yep.
apologize. Great question, though. I get a lot of questions about that, and my person gets Social Security funds too, and it's really easy to do. You go into like Social Security has a website that you interact with the government and so on, and you do a login, you get in there, and that's your portal, and in there it's like fill out the account number and routing number of the bank account you want it to go in. And that's all there is to it. Whatever trust you choose to do, you just go in there, put the account number, routing number, and that's where the check is going to go. And so it's a very simple process. Totally don't want to talk about, is and outs and so on like that. It's just super simple like that. Okay.
There's my friend Scott. Hi, Jack and Tim. Scott's a friend of mine. So
fantastic. Your buddy made it. Yes. Get a trust, man. Like, beat this whole government situation. Your buddy here figured it out, and I'm glad you tuned in. It's like, man, that sounds like a hoax. I don't know about all that, Tim. He's so fine. He's like, oh, I got a few hours. I'm gonna save, a couple $1,000s, moving from 1425 to 34.97. So save the money, jump in the next few hours, and be like, I beat him. Now I take money from the government. I give him nothing. Oh, you got a course already? Yay!
He got the bundle last weekend.
Wow.
So.
Way to jump in.
And then he's been calling me every day since. But that's all right. I like it. I like being here and talking with you, and I definitely like chatting it up with my friend. So
that's phenomenal when you affect your homies. You're like, what, we beat them? Yes. What else? How else can I get their money? I love it.
Is the name trust different from the original? DT says.
No. It worked, and I never changed it. I'm like, the devil showed up here. I'm like, so you're real? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, why would I change it? You know what I'm saying? No, I didn't. No.
Right.
No. There's no changes, Stevie.
Scott's got a lot of studying. Yeah, it's very detailed, very organized, and very thorough. So yeah, it's good. And if you, I'll just say, half a testimonial that I've given many times before, but I got my money's worth, nearly immediately, and then some. But if you're going to get it at the higher price, the value is still there. It's not like you're missing out or losing out. It'll be better than it was than it's being offered right now, and you'll get every bit of value out of it, even at the higher price.
Yeah, my team just gets more experience and better at what they do. We're always streamlining, the school and making it easier for it to interact and so on.
Okay, the counselor in psych the person sees told me to apply for a SSI, so I'll need to get the course.
Fantastic. Great.
What's SSI?
SSI is Social Security getting it's a type. There's SSI, SSG, and those are what's the word? I can't remember the word right now. Not dependent. Disability. Sorry, disability. You get like $1,000 minimum per month for your person. You know what I mean? So it's a good one. So that's the trust. Getting the trust can pay you minimum $12,000 a year under that. The supplemental Social Security income. And so, uh, D is like SSI, DI, SSG, and SSI. D is like physical your person is physically disabled. You know what I'm saying? Or I think of it as a Section 8, right? Loophole for your person. Yeah, my corporate person is crazy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
SSI is 8. Yes, it's 8. It's just a piece of paper and it's a piece of plastic, So
She did a long report on the person, and it's not good. Haha.
yeah. Well, I got that disorder where I think the government's not telling me the truth. You know what I mean? Like it's now
Yeah.
a disorder in the DSM-4. Yeah, I don't think you're telling me the truth, which is true. Oh, you're gonna get both.
She said
Yes.
might get both.
DNI, that's real money. Plus, a cool thing about doing that is whenever you apply, whatever you get accepted, it's a many month process, maybe 18 months or something like that. Every month since your application, they give you a big fat they give you a big fat check as soon as you're approved. So for all those months that before
From the
your
first
application,
application.
18 months or whatever, if you get both of them, that's a big check you get. You know what I'm saying? Like a really a lot of money, which can help a lot of people. Like getting this money every month, it could really help a lot of people. So Dee Dee's done so many of these hacks. So she's so gifted at this.
Yeah.
She's getting Section 8 houses. She's approved for that. Doesn't pay rent. So because it's getting over your mental programming. The government stole everything, like, oh, we have a country and we manage it. What? So how can we owe money for housing and land? Like it's a country, it's our country. How come we owe you money for land and real estate? Like it's ours, right? So
Right.
how come we gotta pay? How come we gotta pay for electricity and water? It's ours, right? That's the story. It's a country, but they stole everything. So get over your programming and get what you can back from the thieves. And
Right.
if you can get it monthly money, I mean, food costs money. They charge us for everything that's supposedly ours. You're charging us money for our stuff. Get over your programming, like get over it and use your person, right? Everything's in the trust. So use your person to get back what you can, what they stole from you. Dee Dee's been doing this many years and totally is over her programming. It just becomes about, like your buddy was saying, who's recently in this, you go through the courses and you look, what's the most useful to me in my situation? What am I going to do first? You know what I mean? EBT is really quick, so that's like $300 a month. Thank you. $3,600 a year. But you just go through it and see what's the most useful thing for me in my life situation to do first. And then you're like, okay, that worked. What's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? And so, this SSI and SSD for some people is kind of like a long haul thing, although the money starts right away the day you apply. But some people don't have maybe the time or energy to want to put it into it immediately. But eventually, you kind of get to it. My person is going to be 65 in under 3 years. So when your person is 65 years old, you could just click on Social Security, be like, I'm disabled. Click. There's no approval process. You get it that day. It's like, click, give me all the money. So, if you're younger than that, your person is younger than that, like Dee Dee, you kind of have to go through this process to get it every month. But she's getting both of them at ING. So congratulations on her end. Way to go. You're a hero to many, posting all your proof. And she recently did a great testimonial. Amy, who does the tech stuff, has been doing these price upgrades. When she gets back from a trip to Norway, all the testimonials will be going up and so on. So thank you for your patience. But if you did the testimony, you'll still get any discount on any upgrade or what have you. Even if you've done it right before or whatever, anyone who's done a testimonial, it's not like give me a testimonial, but Dee Dee did a new testimonial. I really appreciate that. And anyone else who does it, you're going to get a discount on upgrade and all that. So And man, if you get approved, man, woman, if you get approved for this, what a great testimonial that'll be. And we'd love to have that, of course, Dee Dee. And congratulations. It sounds like you're getting pretty close to approval and all that. Like, I'm really happy for you. Nobody deserves it more. Getting money every month. Thanks. You've been such a great advocate of this work and my work and this school and so on. And you help many in the classroom. I mean, this is a really selfless individual who really takes her work for God extremely seriously, helps so many people over the years. And I can't say enough, like Dee Dee and Roxy are like really some big heroes up here to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
They really are. So, Dee Dee, thank you. Thanks for that update. I hope you get it. Let me say a prayer for you. You know, watch over God. Let her give her the help. You know.
You've been her one and only mentor, it says.
Thank you, J. Bob and Dee Dee.
Yeah.
Man, she's I mean, she's always advancing this information, and other people are too. Man, people go watch Roxy's from like 3 weeks ago. She come on here live on this Thursday show. If you haven't seen it, get ready to have your mind blown. Dee Dee's has done her testimony. When it comes out, get ready to seriously like. I'm not going to say it. I want to say what she said in her testimonial, but to hear it straight from her and her sweet voice and everything and her actual proof. There's some real heroes up in this place, and to hear them, their own testimonial, and them say, "You have to go listen to this." It's just it totally gets you over your programming. These testimonials of these women, these people doing this stuff. I mean, I love doing this work, and really just because I just want people to succeed. And I'm, we're all in our individual foxholes. Hey, how you doing over there? We're in different places. I'm doing okay over here. How are you doing? So these testimonials really let us know, your brothers and sisters out there, how they're doing and what they accomplished and everything. It just, it feeds the soul, because we're out there, it's not like our whole, all our friends, you have a friend that's doing this. Yeah. It's not like all our family and friends are now in, and our whole county is in. We got Florida. It's kind of individual foxhole. So these testimonials, man, they really, dial us into what's possible. And the people doing them, everyone that's done them over the years, everyone doing it, get a discount or whatever, everyone doing it. You're really, really helping your brothers and sisters following that second commandment. You side with Jesus Christ. Like, thank you for doing that. It really helps people come to the school, come to the truth, save money, make money, get something back from the government, help their family, help themselves. Thank you for those testimonials. We love getting a discount for it. So thank you very much.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to share with you, I forgot to mention this before we came on, but this is the type of person that I'm going to show you an article from local here in Connecticut. This was a Connecticut teacher, paid the mortgage on her $300,000 house for the last 27 years, got it down to $9,000 left, and she still got evicted last week.
This is why I have dedicated so much of my life's work.
I mean, you went through your foreclosure process. I went through foreclosure process. I fought for a long time. And to take this lady's house for $9,000 left on her mortgage, and they couldn't work out a deal. So we need to get this trust out there and get people to understand that they can protect themselves from this kind of shenanigans. It's just sad. But yeah, that came out yesterday, and I meant to forward you that link, but I figured I would just bring it onto the show. And there's a lot of people that just don't have the power and knowledge that this trust and this community can help people.
100%. We never have any hiccup with any of our work either. That's a beautiful part about this. So really, hiccups don't happen with this. It's not like, oh, this worked for 99% of the people, but this one person experienced blah blah blah. This works for 100% of the people since
Mhm.
day one. Dee Dee's been around pretty much since day one, no issues. And her list of stuff that she's accomplished. And here comes another one down the alley. You know what I mean? Like people just keep doing more things with this stuff. No hiccup. No, it's like, oh, I heard from the IRS. People used to ask all the time, but what if you go to court? I'm like, why are you going to court? This follows all the
Right.
rules. No one goes to court. No one has a hiccup. There are no problems. People kind of quit asking that one after all these years, which is nice.
Yeah. Leonard says, I've been finding that the more I read and go through the courses and listen to your many awesome videos, the more I'm able to come up with the answers to many of the questions I have. Yeah, absolutely. That's the whole idea. Yeah,
I've
super
been
detailed.
doing this for so many years and have, had so many questions and answered them. So I try and put the answers within the training. I really do my best. So thank you for saying that, Leonard.
And Dee Dee agrees Jack has saved many, many homes. Jack, you and Cal Washington have been the only ones so far that I've gotten the devil's attention personally.
I don't know any cow watching. I don't know about any proof up in there. But I got, a lot of proof for many years.
Yeah. I hesitated getting the bundle, but decided I could pay in payments on my credit card and have all the information available. I'm so happy I did it that way. Yeah. And the payment plan will be available even after the price goes up tomorrow. So,
Yeah, we have a payment plan like where you click to, make the purchase and so on. For courses, there's a payment plan that pops up there too. So, if you don't have a credit card and stuff, that people are like, "Wow, I need a payment plan," but you can get it like during checkout as well.
right.
So I'm glad you did that, Leonard. I'm glad we helped. And I'm glad you're getting payback on this thing and getting everything organized and all your assets are safe. And I really think it's still going to be crazy affordable given the payback and everything that everyone's going to get. So I'm happy for you, Leonard. Thanks for saying that. And we're
Absolutely.
drawing to a close of, hey, this is the last live show, the last non-live show. I'm not going to be talking about this price upgrade ever again. This is your one moment here. It's like, counting down in the absolute last
Yeah.
hour. Please get it. I'm recommending, it's still going to be absolutely worth it. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Yeah.
And some new courses, and we'll have new courses coming out and so on. But I'm just trying to help people. That's all. I'm not trying to
Right.
do anything else except help people. So everything's pricey now. So if you get it at a lower price, I know I helped you. So please, people, just jump in and do it. But even if I'm with someone in India who's like, well, I'm going to go back and get this for somebody else, but they've been doing this for years. It's like, I'm happy to pay the,
Right.
updated price. I'm like, great, because they know the values in there, and they're just trying to help out their friends. So, it's going to work out either way. So if you can't do it now and you can get into a payment plan, you can still get it, coming up.
Yeah.
So anyway, Tim's got another thing to jump on, and he's here for an hour. And so thank you, Tim, for going through all this.
You'll
You
be back
host.
live on Monday.
I
You'll be on YouTube
will.
on Monday. Trust
Yes,
Grant course.
of course. I'll be doing live. I'll be in this spot in India until I get out of here, actually, on the 10th. So yeah, I should be here live on Monday. No problems.
Excellent.
All
There you
right.
go. All right. So if you want to see Jack, look on Monday at noon Eastern. He'll be right here, and you could say hello then, and then we'll be back again next Thursday night. New and
Thank you.
approved.
Thank
All right.
you, Tim.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.